Many firefighter lives have been saved due to Gary's tragedy. The important thing to take away is never forget the lessons learned and always look to further this important endeavor to make firefighting a safer job. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott, very much. We appreciate that personal touch that you were able to give us about Gary's life. At this time, I'd like to bring Gary's sister up to speak to us. Joni?
Okay, my brother wants to come up here.
Sure. David?
I'll give us a second to smile at
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Joni.
This is awesome. Thank you for coming. I'm Joni, Gary's stepsister, and
I'm Dave.
yeah. So, before I get into a little bit about what Gary was as a brother to me, I'd like to see a show of hands of everyone that knew Gary personally. Just 2 people? 3? Just 4 of us. Wow. Wow, that's something else. Well, in 1962, we became a blended family, and at the time we lived in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I was 8 years old. My mother was 27, and she had 5 children ranging from the age of 2 to the age of 9. Gary's father, a 53-year-old anesthesiologist, was planning his retirement. He wanted to travel around the world. I guess what happened? How did mom and dad meet?
I must have been about 6 years old, and I was sick, and she took me to his office. That's how they met.
Yeah, so he fell in love with her, and he said, "Hey, Rosemary, is there any way you can get rid of these kids?"
She said, "Yeah, no."
She said, "Nope, they come with the package." So Dr. Blockbuster really loved her a lot because he married her anyway and inherited 5 young children and adopted us all. So then we all headed out west, moved to San Diego. And there's only one memory I have of that road trip, and that was in New Mexico. We were out by the pool, and there was music blaring from the speakers, and I jumped into the hot tub, and then there's Gary. And
That wasn't Gary, John. No, I'm just kidding.
oh, no, it was. So, Ring of Fire came on over the speakers, and Gary was singing the chorus, "I fell into a burning ring of fire." And when the song ended, he said with great enthusiasm, "God, I love that song." But it was eminent that the lyrics to Ring of Fire was to become Gary's destiny in just 6 short years. You want to say something? Okay. So my relationship with Gary started when I was 10 years old. I was sitting on the front lawn wearing my roller skates and playing with my new doll I just got for my birthday. Gary was in the house having a conversation with our parents, and he kicked the front door open, which scared the crap out of me. And he said, "Take the skates off, put the doll away. I'm going to teach you how to fight. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to teach you how to throw a hard ball like a man." So I'm like, okay. So he took me to the sporting goods store and bought me my first mitt. So as soon as we got home, he was teaching me how to throw the ball like a pitcher. When he felt I was ready, he went out into the street where he ruthlessly put me downhill with the sun in my eyes, and we stood quite a distance from each other. Dave, you have the same experience with him, right?
Yeah.
He threw that ball so hard, and I had to keep chasing that ball down the street. And then one day he goes, "Here, I'll give you a clue. If you jump and run with all your might, you won't have to keep chasing that ball." And so I said, "Oh, okay." So I started catching the ball, and if we weren't playing catch, he was teaching me how to fight dirty. So I remember my first fight. There were these 2 kids riding down the street, minding their own business on their bicycles. And he said, "Hey, you guys, yeah, you get over here." So they rode up to the yard, And he said, "Get off your bike. She's going to fight you first, then you're next." So I was like in the 6th grade, right? And this kid standing in front of me was like in 9th, 10th grade. And Gary yelled, "Go!" And with lightning speed, I kicked him between the legs as hard as I could. And when he bent over to grab his injury, I kneed him in the forehead. And then he fell down on his back. And then that's the part where I was supposed to give him a black eye. So then he said to the other kid, "What are you just standing there for? Get over here, it's your turn." So this kid's standing in front of me, and he had a sick look on his face. And before Gary could yell go, I was already giving him a black eye. Now you guys remember Gary's laugh, right? That's something you'll never forget. Well, he was laughing his ass off watching these guys try to get back to their bikes so that they could get the hell out of there. And he turned and said to me, "Good job." So by the time I was 13 and in the 8th grade, I broke 2 previous top school records. One for the softball throw, and the other one was for the running broad jump. And then the next year, I broke my previous school records. Do you have anything to say yet? So, school let out for the summer, and I was leaving the next day to spend the summer in Kenosha, Wisconsin with my grandmother. My parents didn't have the energy to keep their eye on me because I had a boyfriend. But Gary was over that night, and they were going to go out to dinner, and he wanted to play fight. And so, while our parents got ready, and so he kicked me in the shin with his dress shoe, and it really hurt. So I turned around and walked away. He tried to apologize, but I didn't want him to see me crying. But in truth, I was really emotional because I didn't know what it was going to be like without seeing Gary for a whole summer. I didn't want that feeling that you get when you miss somebody. I just loved his love and attention. So when I came out of my room to accept his apology, they had already gone out to dinner, and that was the last time I saw Gary alive. I learned a very hard lesson at a very young age. Always accept an apology from the people that you care deeply for, because life is fleeting, and you may never get the chance to settle things on good terms. I've carried this around with me for 45 years. So then, 2 weeks after Gary passed away, I started high school. I got straight A's in physical education. I was in many competitions and never lost one, even by students that were in higher grades than I was. And it wasn't winning the competition that was important to me. It was competing with myself, because I knew that I could always do better. That was Gary's motto. And so then, what else am I going to tell you? Gary wouldn't have spent so much time with me if he didn't have compassion for me. It gave me the opportunity to know what it felt like to be loved. It made me believe in myself, and I valued myself because he did. He taught me a lot of things. He taught me how to be an excellent mother, a wonderful wife, a compassionate sister, and a loyal person in all my friendships. So I know that Gary doesn't think that he deserves this today, and I know he's here watching me give this speech. And I have a little metaphor for him. Okay, Gary, picture yourself this beautiful stone tossed into a lake. The first ripple is when you first join the firehouse. Progressively, the other ripples were firefighters telling a generation of firefighters, and those firefighters told 4 decades of firefighters the candor of your story. Everyone here believes that you deserve this memorial dedication ceremony. You taught us how to face adversity with dignity, and we all need heroes in our lives. And I'm proud and lucky, and so is my brother, and so are all of you, that Gary is our hero. I would like to give thanks and appreciation to Chief Maddock, Harley Wallace, Scott Rushing, Captain Jenkins, the firefighters from the old fire department, and the current firefighters who took the time to tell my brother and myself how important Gary was to the fire service and to safety standards each time we came to visit the department. I'd also like to thank the city of Santee for making this memorial dedication ceremony possible so that we can all honor a brother, a friend, a firefighter, and a legend. Our brother, Gary John Block. Thank you.
It's fucking good.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to say some words, but I really can't.
No, you can stay there. I go sit over there.
I owe you $1.
At this time, I'd like to bring up the Santee Firefighters Association President, Harley Wallace.
Thank you, Chief. I'd like to thank Joni and Dave, and also also Captain Rushing for coming today and sharing some memories of Gary, so that myself and the current members of the department can learn a little bit more about who Gary was and what he meant to his coworkers and his family. So thank you very much for being here and for sharing with us. In 1992, West Hills High School had its first graduating class, and the members of the association funded a scholarship in Gary's name. And it's a scholarship that's been given annually every year since to a West Hills High School senior. There's a plaque in the gymnasium at West Hills High School with Gary's name and the names of the students that have received it. Actually, in '97, I was a high school senior there, and our retired Captain Rick Williams presented me that award. So it was an honor to receive an award with Gary's name. So it meant a lot to me, and it's nice to be able to meet him and his family. Through that award, it gives our members an opportunity every year to go to one of our high schools to talk to the students and the families about who Gary was and about what Gary meant to the community. And so doing that, it's a way that we're able to keep Gary's memory alive here in Santee. This park is pretty quiet right now, but on the weekends there's thousands of people that come through here. There's soccer tournaments, football tournaments. The paths are full of joggers and walkers. And so, with the help of the city of Santee, we're able to place this memorial plaque here at the bench, and it'll be an opportunity for our citizens and for the people who visit Santee to also learn a little bit about Gary, to read his plaque, to learn who he was and what he meant to the community. So Chief Maddock and members of the council, I'd like to thank the city for helping make this possible. Chief, we'd like to have Gary's family come forward. This box was put together. Our treasurer, who couldn't be here today, Dan Nenow, and one of our battalion chiefs, Tim Stuber, helped put this together. The flag that's in the box flew over Station 4, and the flagpole at that station is dedicated to Gary Block. The badge that you see in the box has hung in our station, I believe, since shortly after the tragedy. It was Gary's badge. And then the patch that's in the box is the patch that was worn by the Santee Fire Department in that era. So we'd like to present this on behalf of the City of Santee and Fire Administration and the Firefighters Association. We'd like to present this to the family.
Oh, so nice. Here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say. I owe you $2 now.
$2.
Yeah. This is really, I'm really grateful for this. This is the only thing I've got left to Gary right here. I gave the station my charcoal drawings of them. I gave Scott one drawing, and then I gave the fire department the other one that I had. I'm done. I hope so. That's just awesome.
Well, thank you all very much for coming out for this dedication. And we do have some light refreshments there.
One more thing before you guys get up. We'd actually like to, we have one of our association members, Scott Larson. He's also a member of the San Diego Emerald Society Pipes and Drums. We'd like to have a brief moment of silence